The beggar's money. The beggar's money. This topic comes from a poor man's ideology that can make anyone rich. So no matter how successful you are, I'm about to take you on a journey where you can learn from the poor to add to your riches. I'm going to share what I saw and what I learned from those beggars, and what you can also see and must have experienced with beggars around you that you can also learn from. So what I'm sharing with you today is in two versions. I will share with you from the giver's version, and I will share with you from the receiver's version. So now let's rather start with the beggar. The reason why you must be able to relate with this is there's a stage in everyone's life where you have to beg, and there's a situation in everyone's life where you must beg. Everyone, no matter how rich you are, will have that situation. We are all beggars, each in our own ways. We're just begging for different things. We are all beggars, and that's why you have to take some of this ideology from these guys. What are some of the things that I've picked out? Number one, beggars, they have no fear. They've got no goddamn fear. A beggar's mentality is an act of courage that can approach anyone. Have you noticed that being a president today, being the richest man in the world, let Bill Gates walk on the streets of Africa, a beggar will penetrate and he will beg, he will stretch that hand and raise that hand, no matter the amount of securities around him. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that no matter the boundary, a beggar will break through? And some of us are running ideas, we're running business, we want to speak to somebody, we say, no, there's too much security, there's somebody there, or people are looking at me, and how will I walk in? There's a PA there, there's a boundary there, and we cannot break in. One of the first things you should take from a beggar is that they know no fear. They have put in their mindset what they want to an extent that they do not care, they will push through. I don't know where these guys get their training from. Oh my God. I don't know who gave them this orientation, but I'm giving you the same today. That if there's anything you need to approach, you have to go there without fear. Today ends fear in your life, and you're picking that knowledge from a beggar. There are so many things you want to do. Some of you are scared to even make a call. Trust the call. You want to call this client, you want to call this customer, and you are scared. Now that is the first learning you have to take as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a business-minded person, as a person who has a place for life and a place in life. Go and be fearless. Entrepreneurs from all over the world, a beggar has no shame. No shame. That's the second thing. No goddamn shame. They are not ashamed to present their case in front of anyone who is present. Never. They are not ashamed. Some of you are where you are because of shame. You are where you are because what are they going to say? How am I going to feel? She's my younger sister. He's my brother-in-law. He was my colleague in school. Some of you have friends in top places. But shame. It's so painful that some of you are standing where you should be kneeling. I don't think you heard me wrong. Some of you are standing where you should be on your knees begging. If your knees were not important, God wouldn't have given it to us. There are many reasons why your knees are there, and some two key important reasons: one, to pray, and two, to beg. Yes, you heard me right. Everyone is begging for something. Instead of you're begging for success, you're begging for money, you're begging for connection, you're begging for knowledge, you're begging for direction, or you're just saying, please give it to me, or please show me the way. Every one of us is begging for something. Some billionaires are begging the magistrate. Some people are begging their partner. Some of us are standing where we should be on our knees. Either way we should be saying, I'm sorry, or where we should be saying, please. You know in your heart that you are supposed to go on your knees for this situation, but you are standing. You feel like, okay, what's going to happen? It's my boss, and so what? Where you could beg for forgiveness, where you could beg for a chance, you want to brag and feel like, and so what? Where you could speak to that schoolmate and say, please teach me this thing. You're like, the shame. A beggar has no shame. I just spoke about it. You would spank them, you would shout at them, you would push them away. They are in that specific situation because they know there's no other way out. You have let shame stand on your way for too long, and you are hearing this from me live and direct. And the reason why you in particular, you're hearing this thing is because God wants you to hear it. Go, knock on that door and go on your knees. Forget about the shame. If you look at what that shame would cover, what the outcome of this your begging will do, you will overlook the present shame. Now, is it not better to be shy or feel ashamed in front of one person than to be like that in front of the rest of the world? Some people beg their way to where they got to with no apology. Some of you will be insulting them. This one likes to lobby. He likes to be begging. He'll be begging up and down. He's making waves for himself. Thirdly, guys, a beggar sees everyone. Everyone. Everyone for a beggar or to a beggar is a potential customer. Everyone. They speak to everyone. They go to everybody and anybody and they plead. Guys, if you know the effect of a plea, you will plead. If you know the effect of a genuine plea and petty, you will plead. There are people not far from you that you can plead to. You might not have everyone that will connect you, or that will contact, or that will give you that fund that you need, but I bet you there are people that you can plead to not far from you. It might be somebody you're going to church with, somebody you're going to mosque with. I remember the things I said earlier. Because you are ashamed, you don't want to walk to that man. You are seeing him every day in church. You are seeing him every day in mosque. You are seeing him every day in the assembly. You are seeing him every day where you are at work. But you can't plead. If you look at the effect of a plea, you will plead. The fourth lesson I took from beggars is that they always look the part. They look the part. See, a beggar wears all colors, fearing none. All colors. They will put this rag here, they will put that rag here, they will put this rag here, they look the part. You want to approach a business, you want to approach an idea, you want to approach an investor, a partner, a customer, a client, your employer. How do you look? When will you start looking the part, for heaven's sake? When? If you want to sell to the rich, look rich. If you want to sell to the poor, then look poor. And if what you are selling is about yourself, then begin to look good. From now on, begin to look good. Intentionally. Look the part of what you're doing. Some of us are selling the biggest properties in this world. You will hear the prices, your heart will shake. $3 million, $4 million, and I look at you, I see 3,000 naira. Let me put it in dollars now for everybody. I see $3. Look the part. A beggar looks the part. When they see this person, they should know that this is an entrepreneur. When you speak to someone, they should be able to hear. Make sure that anywhere you're going to step to again, from today, you begin to look that part. Now, this is the last one, and you need to pay attention to this. They create atmosphere, or they find the right atmosphere to beg. Beggars create the atmosphere, or they find the right atmosphere to beg. Have you seen those beggars that will carry some babies? Have you seen those beggars that they will bend their hand, creating an atmosphere? You've seen those ones? Have you seen the ones that they will even write some jokes and hold the board? Have you noticed how many beggars you come across when you go to the mosque or on your way out of the mosque? Have you noticed how many beggars you come across on your way to church or out of the church? The atmosphere. atmosphere for begging. They position themselves in the right places so that by the time you come out from the God-fearing atmosphere and your heart is full of love and compassion, you walk straight and the first person that knocks on your door is the beggar. And he goes, oh, please help me. How dare will you ignore somebody after you have just said, love your neighbor as yourself? Positioning. You're a businessman, you're an entrepreneur. Where are you positioning yourself? We are all beggars. My fellow beggars, where have you been standing, for heaven's sake? Where have you positioned yourself to see the right client, the right customer, the right investor, the right partner? I've told you, don't be ashamed. Remind yourself of the shame this help that you will get will cover. Remind yourself and you will make your way to that right space. And remember, even when they try to block you, go with the beggar's mentality and break in that security. Find a way to get in. Some of you can get crash when it comes to parties, but you cannot get crash when it comes to conferences. I pity you. From today, where these things I've discussed, from their courage to their approach to their fearlessness, to everything they've built inside of them, and go to the right atmosphere where you know you can meet that client, that investor, that consumer, that partner that would help your destiny. There is time to beg. Honestly, guys, there is time to beg. And unfortunately for us, many of us are still on that stage. Forget the pride. Go on your knees. Only the person that you are begging will see what you are begging, either for his time, for his mentorship, for his advice, for him to show you the way, for money, for whatever, for the investment. But the world will see what you have begged for. It is worth it. That's from the beggar's perspective. Let's go now to the giver's perspective. On the giver's perspective, listen carefully. See, without a generous heart, wealth is a classy beggar. No matter how rich you are, if you don't know how to give, you are a well-dressed beggar. Your heart is poor and your body is rich. Some of us have never given in our life. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking with what I'm saying? Fact. When I say giving, some of you are thinking, you say, I give my mom, I give my friend, I give my brother. That's not giving. Have you ever given a stranger before in your life? Ever? Have you ever given towards a cause before in your life? What am I saying? Some of us have never given to a cause. We've never given to a stranger. We've never looked at, oh, this is a blood bank thing. I want to give my blood. I want to give a pint of blood. I want to give money to this orphanage. I want to give money to this NGO, to this organization. Some of us have never done it in our life. And you expect the universe to open? Which magic world do you think you are? Whatever you sow, you will reap. My mom said to me, Summy Smart Francis, generosity is not the ability to give when you have. True generosity is the ability to give when you don't have. So some of you who are thinking, oh, I don't have enough, I don't have. If you cannot give $1, you can never give $100,000. Have you ever even, some of you have not even given to a brother. You have not given to your sister. When I'm saying giving, I'm not even talking about money. Have you given your time? Have you given yourself towards a cause? Or were you just waiting for this conversation? To be able to know that this fact that God needs to trust you with his blessings. And for you to know the fact that everything you have now is not for you. Some of the things you have now are to bless others. And if you are not doing that and you expect more, and I just want to encourage every one of us, we have learned from the beggar and we have learned from the giver. Use both sides, take both wisdom and put it into your operations going forward. Today, I have taught you and you have learned how to beg professionally and how to give professionally. My name is Summy Smart Francis and I am nothing without God. Thank you very much.